Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shreya. Here we talk about tech, career growth, productivity, and life as a digital nomad. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you for coming back. Today, I wanted to show you another day in my life as a PM at Microsoft, and I am working out of San Diego this week, and I'd love to show you guys around my favorite cities. So I thought this was the perfect week to do like a little catch up of how things are going. It is currently 8:45 a.m. I'm right about to log into work. Earlier this morning, I woke up around 7, did a workout, posted on Instagram, kind of not that different from my first vlog. And here we are. All right, so it is now 1:30 p.m. and you guys just saw a montage of my lunch break. I am currently living in the North Park neighborhood of San Diego, and we spent lunch in Little Italy, which is about a 7-8 minute drive away. Got some coffee, enjoyed some views, which you just saw here. So I thought this vlog would be a good time to update you guys on how Microsoft and working at Microsoft as a TPM is going. Today, on the day I'm vlogging today, it is Tuesday, May 25th. That means it's been about a month and a half since I joined, and basically I'm responsible as of right now for a total of 2.5 projects, if that makes sense. Basically I'm assisting with the delivery of a project that's already mostly underway, and then I'm starting a new one from scratch, which is currently in design phases. So I kind of go back and forth between the two projects depending on the day. I also try to spend time with mentoring initiatives, whether I am mentoring or I am going to events to learn something myself. And so far it's been a very good balance. This morning in particular, I spent the morning syncing with some of my teammates, getting some feedback on recent work, and some steps to move forward. And another thing I did this morning was I did a one-on-one coaching call. I've actually been doing a group coaching program, Her STEM Success Academy. I will link that in the description, but I had a call with her, my coach, Prasha, who is amazing, and I found that to be a very energizing and clarifying experience. In terms of identifying areas of growth that I'd like to work on life-wise. And yeah, I will check back in either later in the afternoon or after work. All right, it is now 5 p.m. and I just wrapped up the day. I spent the afternoon pretty much in more meetings. I found that as a PM, I have so many meetings. As a dev, I would pretty much just have stand up every day and maybe 1 to 2 additional meetings in a week. And now it's more like 4+ meetings per day. So I found that the only way I can really get any of my PM work done is if I block out focus time and calendar blocks at least like an hour or 2 per day to even get my work done, because otherwise it'll just never happen. So I just wrapped up. I had more syncs. So I had one sync with engineering and PMs for the project that's already partially complete, and for the project where I'm starting design, where I'm starting from design, stages. I had some documentation that I created and written up, and I just got that reviewed, and I'm now sending that over to engineering for first looks. And yeah, so I'll take you a little bit around. So now heading to just explore San Diego a little bit, honestly more like relive San Diego. But yeah, I'll show you around. All right, so it is now about 9 p.m. I'm gonna close off here. I spent my evening, as you're about to see, eating wings, walking around the Pacific Beach neighborhood of San Diego. And I guess before I close off, I'll talk about a little bit more about some of my experiences switching from software development to product management. If you didn't know, this new role at Microsoft is a product management role, and prior to this, I spent 4+ years working as a software engineer full-time at a company in San Diego. So key differences that I've noticed working as a product manager, as I was talking about earlier, is difference in meetings. Another difference that I noticed is that, especially at software 1 or 2 or intern level, software engineers don't always need to know details of the product that they're working on. For example, if a software engineer gets a bug assigned to them and the bug just has a description saying that, hey, this UI is supposed to be pulling from this database column, but instead it's pulling from that database column, it's not that hard to fix said bug without understanding why we're displaying that column or what the customer is going to do with that data. Whereas when you're product, you're really thinking about those exact things. You're thinking about why you're showing certain data. You're thinking about, how can we read the customer's minds and show them even more useful data in the future? You don't necessarily need to know more than just a programming language at that point. When you're working as a software engineer, you really just need to be able to work with those databases instead. So that's definitely a difference that I've noticed working in product, is that I have to learn the product a lot better, obviously, as the name would imply. And another question that I wanted to address that I've been getting a lot is, what resources were the most helpful for me as I switched from software engineering to product management? And for me, when I was studying for these product interviews, I found the book, Cracking the PM Interview, to be extremely useful. That kind of gave me a foundation of how to answer different types of questions and what to expect in the PM interview. And one of the other resources I used was a Udemy course. I will link it below. I can't remember the exact name, but it was something along the lines of becoming a product manager. And the last thing that I found super helpful was just on YouTube, there were a ton of videos that did mock PM exercises with candidates. And those interview exercises were really helpful for me because it showed, what follow-up questions I should ask, things like what I can expect, things like different parts of the interview answer. One key difference is that when you're doing a software engineering interview, a lot of times if you're given like a behavioral or situational questions, you can kind of just get away with using the STARS method, the situation, task, action, response. But in a lot of the product questions, I was getting tons of follow-ups even after that level, and being able to eloquently express yourself even at that stage of detail was something that I found was really useful and helpful, and a common skill that was asked in those interviews. So that's all for now. I hope that was helpful. Thanks for following along on this vlog. I hope you enjoyed both kind of how it's like working at Microsoft, my experience switching, and some of my initial insights, that is, as well as getting a glimpse of my favorite city in the world, San Diego. I lived here from 2013 to 2020, and it's been great being back here. It's been great vlogging today, and yeah, thanks for watching it till the end, and I'll see you next week in a new video. Bye.